We're going to start, though, with some breaking transfer news. Manchester City have confirmed the signing of Elliot Anderson from Nottingham Forest in a deal worth £116 million. The midfielder had a medical while on international duty with England at the World Cup, and both clubs had previously announced a transfer agreement. In his first interview with City's club media, Anderson spoke about how he's looking forward to playing under Enzo Maresca and in that Manchester derby.
Elliot, welcome to Manchester. What are your emotions as you sit here today now that you're a Manchester City player?
Yeah, I'm over the moon. Can't wait to play for this club, you know. I'm really looking forward to it.
This move comes during a really special summer for you, one that you've dreamed of since being a boy. You've represented England at a World Cup and I know how special that is. I know the semi-final was disappointing, but overall, how do you assess the tournament from your personal perspective?
As a team, I think we had the whole country behind us and we've done so well, but just fell short. But yeah, no, from a personal point of view, I enjoyed it and I thought I'd done pretty well.
It's been a rapid rise for you from Newcastle to Forest, England regular, now Manchester City. Has the speed of that progression taken you by surprise a little bit?
A little bit, yeah, I guess. It's happened quite quick, but I think I always believed that I could get to this point and this is where I want to be. And now that I'm here, I'll keep pushing and try and take this club forward.
It feels like you're coming into your prime years, perhaps. How much more is there to come from Elliot Anderson, do you feel? Yeah,
lots. I think I'm only 23, so I've got plenty of time to get to my best levels. And yeah, I definitely think I'm not there yet, and there's more to come from me.
So you're joining at a very exciting time. It's a new era here at City. We've got a new manager, Enzo Maresca. He's a manager committed to playing attacking football. When we've got the ball, we try and dominate possession and score goals. For a midfielder like yourself, how enticing is that? How exciting is it?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I've watched his teams over the past couple of years and spoke to a few of the lads from Chelsea, and they all rate him very highly. So I'm really looking forward to getting to work with them.
What about the Manchester derby? We've got one of those fairly early in the season, probably the fourth game, I think it is. Huge game here in Manchester. How much are you looking forward to that sort of encounter?
Yeah, it's one of the biggest derbies in the world, and for as long as I've known Manchester, City has been the kings of Manchester. So yeah, it'll be a great fixture, and I can't wait to be involved in something like that.
You scored a great goal against City last season, but for those who are maybe not as familiar with your game, how would you describe yourself to City fans who are interested in what they're going to be watching?
Yeah, I think I bring a bit of everything. I bring quality, I bring physicality, energy. Yeah, so I'd like to think I'd get them excited, get them off their feet, and yeah, bring energy to the team.
Well, that's exactly what James Savundra brings, energy to the team. Welcome along. Look, we've known about this for a while now, haven't we? But now we've finally got confirmation today.
Yeah, and City have signed one of these standout midfielders in the Premier League, if not world football. The deal's worth £116 million. It was going to be a British transfer record. That's smashed this week by Morgan Rogers moving to Chelsea for £117 million. He signed a 5-year contract, and City announced during the World Cup that they'd reached an agreement with Nottingham Forest to sign Elliot Anderson. So he completed a medical whilst on international duty. But City wanted Anderson in England to focus on the World Cup, and they were going to finalise this move following Anderson's return following the tournament. So today, that is why we have this official unveiling. We know Anderson chose Man City over a number of other clubs, including Manchester United. Nottingham Forest, they were happy to sell to any club, but Anderson wanted City, and that is what he got. He said, as soon as I knew they wanted me, I was absolutely determined to make this move happen. So another big money move for a British player, and he is joining a club who are looking to build on the Pep Guardiola dynasty.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a statement of intent, do you think, post-Pep? Because I think probably the fans are slightly nervous at the moment. What's going to happen after Pep? So this is a bit of a statement, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's natural to be slightly concerned about the future when you consider what's happened at Manchester United down the road, following life and following Sir Alex Ferguson and the incredible success he had over 20-plus years. It shows in the appointment of Enzo Maresca that they're determined for it to be a smooth transition, a manager who's worked at the club twice before. And in signing Anderson, they feel like they got the real deal. widely regarded as one of the best midfielders in the Premier League, widely regarded as one of the best midfielders in Europe, still just 23 years of age as well. There's still room for him to grow. When you look at his stats last season, he played in every single Premier League match for Nottingham Forest. He can pretty much do it all, Elliot Anderson. And at the same time, they needed to fill the void left by Bernardo Silva. And also, without wanting to spell it out explicitly, they need to plan for life after Rodri as well. He's got 1 year left on his contract, Rodri. There has been speculation around his future. And actually on Rodri, he's due to undergo minor back surgery. So he is a doubt for the start of the Premier League season. But he's very much been signed to play alongside Elliot Anderson rather than Elliot Anderson replacing Rodri. But with his future up for grabs and Rodri being 30, they clearly do need to plan for the future. And with Elliot Anderson there, he could play at the highest level for 10, if not even more years than that.
But Elliot Anderson's first interview as a Manchester City player only tells part of the story. Because this is not simply another midfielder arriving at the Etihad. This is City making one of the biggest statements of the post-Pep Guardiola era and placing £116 million behind Enzo Maresca's vision. At 23, Anderson arrives with Premier League experience and the belief that his best years are still ahead of him. He completed his medical during the World Cup, and once the tournament ended, City confirmed a deal that had already been agreed. The fee is enormous. It makes Anderson one of the most expensive British players ever, and immediately places pressure on every performance. But City are not paying only for what he is today. They are paying for what they believe he can become over the next decade. Anderson had interest from other clubs, including Manchester United, but he made it clear that City was the move he wanted. As soon as he knew the club was serious, he pushed for the deal to happen. Then came the first headline. In his opening interview, Anderson described Manchester City as the Kings of Manchester. That line guarantees attention when the derby arrives. United supporters will remember it, City supporters will enjoy it, and Anderson will now be expected to back those words on the pitch. But the real story is what he brings to Maresca's midfield. Anderson is not limited to one role. He offers energy, strength, ball carrying, pressing, and the ability to receive possession under pressure. He can play as a number 8, operate deeper when required, and drive forward when space opens. That versatility matters because City are entering a major transition. Bernardo Silva has left a gap that cannot be filled by one replacement. Rodri is 30, has only 1 year remaining on his contract, and is expected to undergo minor back surgery. His availability for the opening weeks of the season is uncertain, while questions about his future remain. City's immediate plan is not to replace Rodri with Anderson. The idea is to play them together. Rodri can control the tempo and protect the defence, while Anderson provides movement, physical power, and forward energy around him. On paper, that partnership could give Maresca the balance he needs. But this transfer also prepares City for the future. Even if Rodri stays, the club cannot ignore his age, contract situation, or fitness concerns. Anderson gives them a player who can develop beside him now and potentially take on greater responsibility later. That is why the £116 million fee must be viewed as more than a reaction to one summer. This is City trying to avoid the mistake Manchester United made after Sir Alex Ferguson. When a dominant era ends, the biggest danger is waiting too long to rebuild. Replacing Pep Guardiola was always going to make supporters nervous. City have responded by appointing a manager who already knows the club and by giving him one of the most highly rated young midfielders in England. Maresca's football depends on control, possession, and intelligent movement between positions. Anderson suits that system, but the pressure will still be intense. Every poor game will bring questions about the fee. Every mistake will be compared with other expensive midfielders, and every big match will be treated as evidence of whether City were right or wrong. The Manchester derby may become his first major test. Anderson has already spoken with confidence. Now he must show that he can handle the pressure and expectation that come with playing for a club determined to dominate after Guardiola. The most exciting possibility is that Anderson becomes the link between two eras. He can learn alongside Rodri, help replace some of Bernardo's energy and technical security, and gradually become the central figure in Maresca's midfield. City are not expecting him to do everything immediately, but they are betting that he can eventually become a player who defines the next version of this team. That is the real gamble. Manchester City have not spent £116 million simply to add depth. They have spent it on a player they believe can lead their midfield long term. The transfer is complete. The record fee is confirmed. The first statement has been made. Now one question remains. Have Manchester City signed the future leader of their post-Pep era, or placed £116 million of pressure on a 23-year-old who must prove he is ready for the biggest challenge of his career?